This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Well, I hope you all are doing well. My name is Simon Preston and welcome to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the channel where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. So folks, there was a podcast that was done quite recently with former manager of Stoke City, Tony Pulis, also known as his real name, Anthony Pulis, Welsh born, and the podcast is Under the Cosh. Now, the reality of the situation is this, folks. Tony Pulis spoke about the time that Ricardo Fuller had at the club, and he had some compelling things to say about Ricardo Fuller. And what I'm going to be doing is reacting to some of the things that have been said about that. But first, live with Dark Skin One here. Good evening. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, smash the like button. And after you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. All right, guys? After you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Let's go. The road to 20K starts right now. Let's go. Let's go. Keep on going. Keep on going. Let's go, guys. So let's get right into the matter, shall we? And let's talk about the podcast that was done. Now, it wasn't only Tony Pulis that was part of the podcast, but also John Parkin as well was part of it. And John Parkin actually played with Ricardo Fuller in their time at Stoke City, especially in the promotion push in the 2007-2008 season when they're pushing for promotion towards the English Premier League. So that season in particular was mentioned quite a bit. But it also spoke about the reason as to why, Ricardo Fuller was signed. So what Tony Pulis was saying was that when he joined Stoke City as a manager of the club, this was his second stint because he was there 2002 to 2005. He joined again 2006. And when he left Plymouth Argyle to Stoke City, he mentioned that he and his technical team, wicked man, Chris, what do you say? Big up, man. So, Tony Pulis said that he wasn't quite convinced if he should sign him, but he called Harry Redknapp, and Harry Redknapp said, he's a fantastic player, but he's just concerned about the injuries. So they watched footage of him when he was in Scotland. They watched his games in particular when he was playing at Hearts, and that was enough convincing. And to be quite frank with you, they signed Ricardo Fuller for a bargain. And then he went about working with Ricardo Fuller specifically, and this was something important. Right, so this was extremely imperative from that standpoint, This was something that Anthony Pulis spoke about. So what was made mention about in particular was this. Simply put, there was a discussion in relation to minutes, playing time. But you know what Tony Pulis said? He said Ricardo Fuller is the best player he ever worked with. And remember, Tony Pulis was the manager of many clubs. AFC Bournemouth, Gillingham, Bristol City, Portsmouth, Stoke City, Plymouth Argyle, Stoke again, Crystal Palace, West Bromwich Albion, Middlesbrough, Sheffield Wednesday. So in his 28-year stint as a manager, Tony Pulis says the best player that he worked with was Ricardo Fuller. And I want you guys to really think about that for a moment. Anthony Pulis said Ricardo Fuller is the best player that he ever worked with. And he even mentioned a story in particular, and I'm more than happy to mention this story. Big up yourself, Chris. So here's a story, folks. There was international duty. So as Tony calls him, Rick went and he came back. As you know, you report for after international break, you come back into camp like the Tuesday or Wednesday. Stoke has a game on the Saturday. A Saturday morning is when, according to Tony Pulis, the Saturday is when Ricardo came back to training and, well, not training, but to camp, because Saturday is the day of the game. And there were some flight challenges. It eventually turned out there were some flight challenges and there was some hiccup in Miami and so on and so forth. So Tony Pulis said he was mad about it, was irate, but he took him to Wolves for the game. He didn't start him. But you know what happened? All right, Russell, bless up. He took him to Wolves. Wolves are third, Stoke are second. A win basically cements their top two position. Doesn't secure promotion just yet, but it cements them in that position at least for a few weeks. And they would know that after that game in particular, it would just be a few more points away to secure promotion towards the Premier League. So, game went to 2-2. And then the assistant of Stoke was like, Tony, bring him on. And Tony's like, bring him on? Really? It's like, yes, we need that. We need a player that presents. And of course, Tony Pulis is not happy. And Ricardo Fuller came on, and in literally minutes, you know what happened? Ricardo Fuller scored in the 90th minute and won the game 4-2. And this started a 5-match winning streak. And as we know, we all know what happened on the final day. Stoke City drew with Leicester, and Stoke City gained promotion towards the Premier League. That's Ricardo Fuller for you. Top scorer in that season with 15 goals. 15 goals that campaign in the Championship. 15 goals, 39 appearances. Key, vital goals. And it was a good bunch of players when you think about the John Parkin and the Richard Cresswell and the Richie DeLate. Demar Phillips was there, but he didn't play often. Danny Pugh, Glenn Whelan, Andrew Griffin, Leon Court, Ryan Shawcross. Good players. Liam Lawrence, Mamede Sidibe. And they just go on and on. And when I say they, I'm talking about John Parkin and Tony Pulis, on and on about Rick. So let me make it clear, Reggae Boys fans, that Jamaican talent is respected and is appreciated. You guys saw the interview that I did with Ricardo Fuller. And let me tell you something. It was like red card treatment. When he picked me up from the crew train station and we went to the restaurant, it was like he was an idol in Staffordshire, in the entire Cheshire area. It's like he was an idol, worshipped. Oh my God, it's Ricardo Fuller. Open the door quick. Mr. Fuller, we got the best china for you. Is that all right? And talking about Mr. Fuller, we got the chicken soup. Is that something that you'd like today? Treated like a hero, an absolute legend. Let me tell you something. That 6 years at Stoke will be engraved in Stoke City fans forever. And even those youngsters that were at the Potter's and didn't get to really see Ricardo, their parents, their brother, their grandparents will tell them about what Ricardo Fuller did. They'll tell them and remind them about all of those experiences. And let me tell you something, Ricardo Fuller is a legend, an absolute legend at Stoke City. I was born in the 90s, guys. So I'll be frank, I didn't see a lot of Walter Boyd. But for me, Ricardo Fuller was my Walter Boyd. I just knew that whenever Ricardo Fuller was on the ball, anything could happen. You know, you could beat 2-3 players. And I think locally he deserves to be cherished more. And I'm hoping that opportunity will come soon. He's getting a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opportunity right now in the academy at Stoke City. And I wish him all the best. And I know it's going to be absolutely fantastic. It really, really is. It really is. When you think about the age group that he's working with up to the U21s, and then he'll have dialogue with Liam Lawrence and the others when it comes to first team. He'll have conversations with Luke Badley Morgan. He'll have conversations with Tyrese Campbell. He'll have conversations with Lewis Baker. He'll have conversations with the next generation at Stoke. So trust me, it's absolutely fantastic. Honestly, all you guys have to do is type in Tony Pulis podcast, Tony Pulis Under the Cosh podcast, and you'll see that 1 hour 48 minutes is going to be absolutely wow. When you hear the positive words that I said about Ricardo Fuller, everything that has been said and put together, trust me, you're going to be like, this is a former Premier League manager that says that this player is the best he has ever worked with. It's just absolutely, honestly. So yeah, that's how I feel about the situation, you know? That's honestly how I feel about the situation. So yeah. Just processing it, you know? It just tells you everything. Saw the goal Fuller score on West Ham 2009-2010 season, man. Mash out 3 defenders in the box and score. Chris, so when I asked Ricardo Fuller which goal was better for him, 08-09 versus Aston Villa or 9-10 versus West Ham, he said 08-09 versus Aston Villa. So he said he gives that goal at the edge. And while for individuality, the goal against West Ham beat it, just in the sheer skill, the panache, and the finish for the Aston Villa goal, that was just brilliant. What's up, Mario? Yeah, Ricardo Fuller scored key goals as well against Mexico at home at the National Stadium 2008, in a 1-1 draw against Japan in 2002. Ricardo Fuller scored key goals at chip over the goalkeeper against Guatemala in 2007. He's even scored. So he's always scored key goals for Jamaica. And you'd have heard the interview when I asked him why perhaps he didn't score more for Jamaica. And perhaps it's down to the system, perhaps it's down to where he occupied on the field of play. If he was more centrally, more goals could have come his way. And that's the truth of the matter, you know? Tony Pulis, Figwe, how can you be mad if a player is coming off internationally? They don't respect our football. Figwe? Remember, you know, him never have trained with the team Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you know, so you can understand him not starting. But this is your best player, so I'm have to come on the field, you know, Chris. I didn't like how he treats Ricardo Fuller in the back end of his time there. I'll be frank with you, I think 2012, and I was getting to that. I certainly think Ricardo earned a new contract because he was at the club until 2012, Ricardo, and then he, of course, went to Charlton Athletic in the Championship. 2013, that's when Pulis left Stoke and went to Crystal Palace. I think Ricardo Fuller could have done him a job at Crystal Palace, West Brom. I honestly think he could have done a job there. for him. Honestly, could have done a job for him there. He knew the ability. Yeah. Rory Delap. Remember those long throws? You know Rory Delap's son is at City now. KY, big up, Sam. Big up. What are you doing? Well, Yazid, Mario, him go by Jones from Trinidad and take away him game time and 2 our season the line. Kenwin Jones, yeah. What the brother woman rates? My name again? Scouser. Must couldn't tell him name. I gotta remember him name. Know yourself. I gotta tell him name. Know yourself, man. Irish international, and he played for Stoke. Soon remember him name, man. Irish international, and he played for Stoke. Last time did score a couple goals there. John Walters. Ricardo Fuller is the top 5 most skillful players of all time. Ever. Ricardo Fuller's name should never be forgotten. Never be forgotten in Jamaican football. And Fuller did still hot like fire until them sell him on by coach Crouch. Oh, Crouch. Of course, he could still have a contribution, even though he was not getting numbers. You could definitely see his contribution, just like a Mamadi Sidibe. Mamadi Sidibe is not a player that would score you 20 goals a season, but his work rate, his energy, his mobility made him a valuable player to the squad. You know what I'm saying? So that is why you can't, ignore a person of that caliber and quality, So, yeah. So that's what I'll say where that is concerned. Chris, yeah, come in and chat. One time alone, me ever see Walter Boyd and when him play for Nagahead in the Premier League, but Fuller, them time they're the skills testing on the side. Yo, Ricardo Fuller is the greatest thing since sliced bread, them say. No, seriously though, Ricardo Fuller is an absolutely fantastic player. And I really wish him all the best in this coaching capacity. I genuinely feel that there's a grand opportunity for him to impact Jamaican football much more than he did as a player. He's getting all the tools he can behind the scenes, and who knows what the future might bring. Could he be an under 20 coach in the future? Something to consider as well. So why anywhere Pulis go, him not bring Jamaican talent with him? I don't think the first thing on Tony Pulis' mind is, we have to bring in a Jamaican. I don't think that's the first thing on Tony Pulis' mind. But what I can say is that Ricardo Fuller has never left his mind. So, and it is true, guys. Gerard Houllier did want Ricardo Fuller. All right, Gerard Houllier did want Ricardo Fuller. And we all know which club Gerard Houllier managed, right? Yeah. Even though him currently I work with Andre Gray and kill him. Okay. Until this day, I can never forgive Tapova having Ricardo on the bench and starting Ryan Johnson over him. That's why I miss out on the 2014 cycle. The thing is, though, with Ryan Johnson, when he was at the Portland Timbers at the time, he wasn't playing as a centre forward. He was playing on the left of a front three. How's it going, Simon? Hope you and the family are doing well. Doing well, thank you. Yep, doing well, thanks. How are you? Yeah, I know I play FIFA career more. Know him Sunday. Simon, when is Jamaica's under 20 preparation starting? All right, so the next under 20 World Cup is 2025. So the reality of the situation is preparation for that will be 2024. Yeah, man, Ireland, man. Who that? Chris?
Oh, go on, Jenna.
Good to know. Yeah, sir.
There, man. Just a come in off a road, you know.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah,
just
man.
finished the music shift. All right,
No,
cool.
boy, if I did music, it's bad and not so bad. But so I go.
Boy, I'm tell you, man. Yeah, man, enough respect on the Friday, man. But you know, Friday stay ready, man. You have to come out early because the road busy.
I tell you, bro.
Come on, 11, 12, midday.
Might as well.
Yeah, it's true.
Traffic,
Friday is a stay home day.
traffic crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I
no matter
swear.
where you're in the country. Friday. Mm, mm. So the thing's set. Yeah, just going through some of the comments here. Ah, boy, man, I tell you, why I go back to such man? Why I go back to such man? Such man, I did that again, man. Come on.
What? The man, give the people in PTSD and a scar them for life, you know, bro. Swear.
So I got to talk about him for 10 years? No, man, this is 20.
Yeah, but it's, bro, come on. It's like 2 to 3 missed opportunities.
All right, so we're gonna be fair. All right, 2010, Semoyes put the team in a tough situation. Tapa winning 3 from 3 and goal difference we miss out. 2014, that is 1, and 2022, that's 2. All right, so cool. All right, 2. Yeah, I follow you, man.
You know, people love him. That's the problem, you know. I've so much respect and ratings for him and want him for the better, but he just couldn't do better.
Mm.
But that's where I go.
That's a cycle.
That's where I go. It done gone already. I mean, him done gone already. So where I go.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
Yeah.
my thing for now, Tony Pulis thing is,
Yeah.
you said him could have bring him come and go Newcastle, West Brom, and so on and so on.
Policy. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Me, I personally don't feel like Tony Pulis respected our
Mm.
football enough to say, yo, even though this player is great and he's getting up in age, I should carry him everywhere I go.
Mm.
Me personally, I don't believe in respect to football that much because remember, I don't think he's the first person that played for Jamaica and we're at a team where Pulis manages and get upset because the person arrived a few days later, them
Mm.
a leave to come for national duties. So,
Mm.
me not think him respect our football. I say none of them in the UK respect our football like that. So,
Mm.
it is what it is.
Yeah. When he was at Crystal Palace, Mariapa was there. So I remember that stint in particular. And when he was at Gillingham, them time there and thing. I understand what you're saying, and I don't think he's thinking his brain, oh, I have to have a Jamaican with me. Da, 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 da. Man just said, oh, I have more money at Crystal Palace, I have more money here, so I can splash the cash. Because Stoke City a small side, small side, and they became something because of Fuller. To be quite frank, there's a team that never ever played top flight, and then all of a sudden, boom, here comes Fuller, top flight with them now. So they're literally a little town in the middle of nowhere, But
Okay. Can you do it on a cold and lonely night in Stoke?
this guy, me know you don't come on, because it's Tivoli Gardens baller, so me know you that's a two,
Yeah,
sir.
man. I don't know.
Mm,
Never get to see him when he might play for the side, but
mm.
our ball I see him here.
Yeah, you did see Teddy though.
Yeah, what a little bit. I can't really remember, but I know I see him.
Mm.
See him and Kimo and Navian and Navian just a come out. Who else again?
You know,
Remember when Kirk Porter was there for like a season?
Roland Dean.
Yo. Who
Mhm.
else again? Sean Mackay. Fun fact: Sean Mackay lived literally across the road from my house.
Eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sean Mackay. Suko live in our community.
oh, Beverly Hills, where you live? Okay, all right,
Oh,
cool.
this guy.
Yeah, man, that's where the rich people live. So yeah.
I'm not rich yet. I aspire to be rich.
Ah, okay, all right. It'll come. It'll come. Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting, interesting. Sean McCoy, Kirk Porter, Edsel Scott was there too.
Yeah. It just got. I know the fun fact about Kirk Porter. Kirk
Mm,
Porter work a water commission. I
mm,
remember the first time I recognized Kirk Porter. I'm like, wait, and the key for that from Boy Stone.
mm.
I'm asking if we could have come up if we could have come up Boy Stone for under 20. And he said, I'm gonna set up something for you, man. Still I wait for if you set up something.
Oh, no, him away till the 30, man.
We have 2 more years.
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
I'm playing the under 40 league up perhaps Wood Factory.
I couldn't even move.
Man, I couldn't even move. You never know. You
Crazy,
never know.
bro.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of full of, but you know.
One of the greats, trust me. As I say in the comments earlier, I never get to see Walter Border. One time I can remember if I see when him that play for Nugget in the Premier League. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if him did do nothing that much about
Mm-hmm.
Fuller and my baller.
Yeah.
My bro, I don't know how I come across him the goal when scored for West Ham
Mm.
9-10 season. Bro,
Gee.
the man get it on a throw in and just walk it, body rock, kill the first defender,
Mm-hmm.
shoulder drop again, kill the second defender, move left to turn around and score. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, yo. The funny thing about it, if I was Messi or Ronaldo or whoever the case may be, the Bossian name man them,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he would be the best thing. Oh my god, signing up for Real Madrid is interested and oh my, everybody would have want him, but because he's a Jamaican, nobody know
Mm.
want to take a chance there.
Well, I mean, I tell you. Boy, King, it's since 91. As I said, I would love to see him across the waters. Play for us and make a real start along with Bailey and Whisper. Bailey, Whisper, and Greenwood.
Whisper,
Whisper. Top of the
oh,
evening. Very proud of Fuller, but it makes me think about Kevin Pele Wilson. Yeah, memories of today, man. Bailey, Whisper, Greenwood. Hmm.
Whisper.
Whisper. Hmm. Yeah.
Doesn't Whisper have to play senior football before you dream for have that?
I would think so. Yes.
Yeah. That no KY talking Omar Hutchinson.
All right.
That's more realistic.
Mm. You know, if Whisper gets a deal in Belgium, let's see now. Honestly, first team football, let's
Yeah,
see. But for now,
me personally, me not go me not go put a untested product out there. You have to play some serious big man ball before him can say, all right, I'm gonna step up to the big leagues,
mm,
international football before me put him on my field. And this
mm,
is not a slight to say he's not good or nothing. He's a great talent, but
yeah, yeah.
he might do it against youth who are females and younger,
Hmm.
but not big man. So he have to prove himself big man wise before.
Okay. All right, makes sense. Cool, cool, cool. Hutchinson, Bailey, Greenwood. That front three right there is everything for Confident. I'm just processing it, you know?
That front three
Mm.
would have the US and Mexico and Canada foaming at the mouth. The man them would legit a fraud of like, oh we are gonna manage this because you know
Hmm. I was just thinking about Shelton, Fuller, Marlon King. Not necessarily comparison, but just that front three. And look where we are a decade and a half onwards, in a sense. So,
I think that's one of our main problems. We don't have a we have a front two. We don't have a front three. We just have a one main striker.
mm,
We not have we have Bailey now out on the wing. We have we have several choices out on the other side, but aside from Antonio, we not have like a top farm, big, relatively big name striker out there. Gray can do a job, but you can see he's, he's losing a few steps here and there. Antonio, we don't know how long he's going to be the beast for,
mhm,
and we don't know what else they after them.
yeah.
Probably if um what do you name a place Cavaliers now? I'm fast.
United?
Um Them name man I'm fast. I used to do tracks with Calabar.
Colin?
Yes, Colin Anderson. Probably if him fully polish off and thing
Hmm.
or Trevante Stewart, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Clark Harris is on form.
Hmm.
I would love to see some more of the schoolboy players get chance to get like talent in Europe. Before you see that, Mario, eh, most of these guys will have to be either aligned with the academy will have them linked there, have a good agent, or play in the local league. To get the European opportunity just don't happen by chance. Because you can't go up and say, oh, me play for KC, or me play for Judges, and me score how much goal. Then I go look at you like, okay, and what club do you play for?
Hmm. Yeah, I understand exactly what you mean. Fully get you. See a comment about Jamalo. Good start at QPR. 4 games, 2 goals, 1 assist so far. So it's a decent start in those proceedings. No complaints without that, where that is
So,
concerned. Mm.
so man, was it that case where Bournemouth wanted to go a different direction, or was a case where they didn't see him fitting into the team why they loaned him out? Because personally for me, I not see him get enough opportunities to say ship him out and thing. I never see him get enough opportunities in the Premier League for say,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
him can't crack it or anything at the start.
mhm. Yeah, the club is looking in another direction. Unless Bournemouth get a new manager in the summer and new manager say, okay, pre-season, everybody fresh. It's hard for me to see him back at that club, especially even if he shines at QPR like he's doing now, get them to playoffs. So for me personally, it would be hard to see him back at the club. So that's where things are at the moment with him. I'm just happy he's in an environment where he's playing games now because the Gold Cup is in the summer. If he had stayed where he was, perhaps would have been in a Tyreek McGee situation where your virtually chances of going to the Gold Cup is zero in that sense. So he just needs the minutes. All right, it's the championship, it's not the Premier League, but that's fine. At least he's getting regular minutes. So cool.
Regular minutes, but I think they did him dirty right there
Mm,
because like I said, all right, we're gonna use it for go up, but after we go up, we're not gonna really use it no more.
mm,
So just go and wall out, and then maybe January say we can do fair.
mm.
But how would you know that he couldn't crack it without even playing in the Premier League?
Yeah.
So to me, like, them doing dirty there, so.
Fully get you, man. Fully get what you're saying. TNT Premier League starting today after 3 years. Wow. Like going with something then, man.
Oh,
Interesting.
knock off JPL.
No
No,
man, no man.
it maybe sounds a bit disingenuous, but Simon, I watch Sports Max
Mm,
Wednesday night. I'm
yeah.
watching last night when them a talk about it. Everything them said them a go do.
Mm.
I legit everything that JPL do in 3 seasons rolled into one. So that's what I say. Not JPL is 2 years no relegation,
Mm.
and we're gonna start out with 11 teams, and then we're gonna move to 12. I'm like,
Uncle Jack, where are you? Uncle Jack.
oh God, this striker for Jamaica was super fun. Long time ago. I'm like, them a knock off the thing, but it is what it is. So them finally I get to play a ball after 3 years.
Yeah,
Good for them.
yeah.
Was it so hard to?
Watch the JPL games.
It,
Well, you might point to the quality of the football, the brand of the football that you're watching. And the truth is, it's going to take time to get to a standard that you're going to appreciate.
most people think want it to be like most people want it to be like the EPL or La Liga or Bundes or whatever the case may be, one of those top five leagues. But people have to remember,
Hmm.
at Jamaica this year I talk about. We're not even nowhere near close of dream for one feel like we're then near to a big five league. Talent is in the league, people. And me personally, I cannot subscribe to the fact that people just watch the league before they watch it. Or the last time they watched it 1997 when I want big dirt field and a one ball money after if them kick it where somebody have to go feet and throw it over. And that, so them just like them a cast judgment before they even sit down and watch it. It's not like 20-25 years ago, people. League is very exciting and it may not be everyone accustomed to watch EPL and them thing there, but trust me, you can enjoy matches. Once you go in and have a open mind, yeah. We don't have to be like big league. But Mario, the league is professional. What are you talking about? The league is professional.
uh, I guess some people's definition of professional different, but in the sense of what is happening, yes, it is a professional league. People are getting paid to play football. Yes.
I don't, that statement now really make no sense. Maybe I've come out and say exactly what he means by the league has to be more professional or be professional.
Well,
Because
a man getting 50,000 a month for me as a stipend. That's not a salary. Jamaican dollars, 50,000 Jamaican a month is a stipend, not a salary for me.
that's 50 more than what me I get right now.
You're here, this brother now, man. Big man. It's about 50 more I get now. Yo, Chris are the best, man. How do you see our midfield? John Russell, Lewis Baker, Akil Wright, Kevin Stewart, Raheem Harper, Reese Brown, Jordan Cousins, Morgan Hughes White, Isaac Hayden. Right, so on the Coach Halgrimson, it looks like we will have a 4-4-2, but don't be set in stone. There will be some flexibility in it, but I like the idea of having John Russell. I like the idea of having John Russell in the mix, Ravel there as well. And the decision is all right, you have those two. Do you have bring in Daniel Johnson? That could be that link for a Ravel and a Russell. Or you have somebody like a Kevin Stewart that just do the dirty work, plain and simple. So for me, it'll really depend on two things: the health and fitness of the players and the opposition. Because some games, yeah, one D mid only. So that's how I feel. Christopher McKenzie, big up, sir. Big up, sir. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, man. Chris say I got have a trial with Tivoli Gardens next week. So
Uh-uh.
we'll do that.
Uh-uh. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, but not no. Not.
All right, Major League, Major League.
Simon, not even Sunday League.
Man's not even Sunday League. No, man, if I can manage Sunday League, you can manage Sunday League. I'm sure about that. Half an hour you can manage. Come on.
Simon, not even 10 minutes we can manage.
Ah, boy, man.
Almost, bro, it's almost 7 years since I've kicked a ball.
Are serious?
It's that serious.
Gotcha.
I have a terrible ankle, I have a terrible knee, and the two of them up on the same foot. So, I go with that.
Yeah, boy.
Never will be Kiama Omari be substitute.
Yeah. Yes, Sir KY Dante is defensive midfielder, haven't been capped by England as well. Simon is the same set of local players going back to the 2-day camp this coming week. We shall see, my friend. I don't expect to be the same set. No.
You probably going to see a few names from the last camp here and there, but
Right.
it's not the same.
Right. I remember, the coach went to a lot of the parish games, St. James FA, and so on and so forth. So maybe you see
You
one.
see some name where you never even see before. I hear about.
So you might say, He did say, though, while some of these players may never be called up to the national team, it's just good to see and get acquainted with football on the island. So I appreciate that. But it wouldn't shock me to see one or two just to be involved in the 30. It wouldn't surprise me. Ravel would be a Cam and Amara would be a substitute.
So no, I bring so KY wouldn't bring
For you,
Maggie too.
KY. Because Amari, have a start. Have a start.
I feel.
Boy, the damn ice cream truck every night, every night.
You're gonna get one ice cream.
Every single night, man. Go ahead, man. You want a drumstick? Oh, man. That would be. Boy, man. Yes, folks. So as you know, busy week ahead. Sunday, under 17 reggae boys. Tuesday, under 17 reggae boys. Wednesday, reggae girls. Thursday, under 17 reggae boys. And that is just next week.
Wait. When the U17 kick off, what time?
5 o'clock Sunday, Jamaican
time. Yo, is it Sunday full up a ball then, man?
Yeah, man. What you mean, man?
You don't know no watching the EPL and La Liga and thing, and then by 3 o'clock at JPL time, then 5 o'clock. Get me a fair switch between U17 and JPL again. Sunday full of ball, man. Real.
Yeah, man. What's for dinner?
You can't looking crystal ball and tell you that yet.
Okay, all right, cool.
TBD, to be announced.
To be announced. All right, no problem.
Omar in the squad. Wait, question. All this Omar talk. Didn't his transfer loan move to West Brom fall through?
It never happened. No, it never happened at all. So yeah, Chelsea, yeah. So back at he's still at Chelsea, I should say. So
why, oh boy. It's a hard for you. It's really gonna be hard for him.
the European games or the Premier League will be tough.
European game.
Especially tomorrow, West Ham, London derby. February 26th, Tottenham, London derby. Right there, so. Champions League against Dortmund. After that, Everton, relegation battle there, so.
To be honest, I'm not seeing him get games in a European competition. He has a higher possibility of getting games there, but I just don't see it. Like we have Chelsea on my side. We have too much players in the same position. The man them by 18 people and the window just closed. Like how does that make any sense? Them like four, five deep in a one position.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think this American owner in just he's just splashing cash because splashing cash is something cool to do.
It is when you have it.
Well, you can spend all you want,
Mm.
and not come out like Mount Pleasant. But yes, it's like spending money for spending money sake.
Mm.
Every hot baller you buy, and what do you have to show for it?
Mm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Really. Simon,
Mm.
but me and Fresh Daddy I talked about this the other day. See? Well, even
Mm.
the other day, it was more like yesterday. So, I said to him, say, what we need to do with the local leagues, you know?
Mm.
Because everybody know me, I'm a big fan of local league. What we need to do is that, like, I said to him, say, like, it was an example. Tomorrow will be okay. A young player should have a pathway to get into the senior team, but he will get some games under his belt, just throw him into the fire.
Mm.
Well, I agree, Uncle Devon, but
Mm.
it's true our youth, Uncle Devon. We we don't want them shelving because Chelsea known for shelf young ball of them, and he was in an environment where he was he was going to be that it guy, so to speak,
Mm.
and he got to a next environment where it's not so conducive to young players. So we kind of worry, trust me, because this kid is uber talented, and forget him to play for Jamaica at such a young age. We just really scared I want the best for him. I just really that. Probably we are overthink it, and them have plans for him. Who
Mm.
knows?
Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. At the end of the season, one of two. Chelsea will put him on loan, or he'll get the playing time he deserves. But between now and the end of May now, you have one side that you can look at and say, all right, if he was getting more minutes, Gareth Southgate would have seen more and more and more and say, okay, Nations League coming up. Let's give you a cap, sir. But Gareth is not going to call up somebody that is not getting minutes. But as Sir Devon said, I don't think they'll shelf him, but he won't get 90-minute games. So something to consider there. Interesting times ahead, my friend.
As we say, Uncle Devon followed him on the stream. Uncle Devon, I've been asking for almost 2 weeks now, for provide us some update on Frederica Rose don't have Velez, Uncle Devon. One year we're going for that you them and promising to, next under 20 I forward up Uncle Devon. No year it go. Last time I tell you about, they will say, yeah, he that help work with him to get him paper sorted out, and that last year. February na naman Uncle Devon. Give me an update, please.
Everybody up. Give them an update. Everybody up. Look, yeah. Give them an update. But yes, Sir Chris. Work a go on, man. Work a go on. Know
So,
yourself.
so Simon, Guatemala too. It's a valid question. You really want to know? You going?
No, unfortunately, not my friend. If we come out of the group, we'll see what going.
I'm Simon. Don't be pessimistic. We're going to come out of it. That group is so easy.
Probably a
Last one.
20% chance. I'll keep you posted.
20,
Yeah.
spoke to his dad last week. Good to know Uncle Devon. Just
Freddie Rose.
you talented man. I swear. So my like as what Alex said earlier, we need to work start prep the under 20 next under 20 from now.
Mhm.
The youth them I'm some normal youth that I get right now, no Simon.
That's true.
Cuba them and what the rest of youth them name again? Me I get old. I forget. Um
The Caribbean.
no man, where the younger youth them were interested to play for
Mhm.
the under 20.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like some talented youth, and plus I get some of the youths then from under 17 now
Yeah.
will come up and join them. You know, under 20, next under 20 are gonna be way more crazier than the team. Is gonna be way more crazy. I swear,
Yeah, man.
because I don't think we ever get an influx of so much technically talented players from overseas before in a one go.
Yep. So B. Douglas Kasafa is hoping to reintroduce the Kasafa under 20 competition. So that's what we can look forward to. But in terms of CONCACAF, the next one is 2025.
So Kasafa is starting an under 20 competition. Oh boy.
Bringing it back. 2017 was the last time we had it. So that's Kingston and St. Andrew right there. And the persons that are in the States, North America, and England, they're already in under 21 leagues. So they're getting their game time already. You just need passports now.
I honestly feel like um JFF should be the one that is starting on a premier U20 competition opposed to just leaving it up to the parishes to organize something. I'm not really subscribe to that something, but hey, better than nothing.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the under 20 competition. Yeah, yeah, just like you'd have the under 23 Academy League in England and the under 18s. Yeah, definitely. I see that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
opposed to just leaving it regional. Granted, you can have still have a regional under 20 competitions, but most like the smaller teams you would play that at that level, and they would work their way up just like you know.
Yeah.
You don't see anything negative qualify for U17. There's a good plan to train. No, my uncle Devon. We see the pre, we see the pre, because my youth there, Lovelace was to come down and papers never come through in time. And what's the next young man's name?
Eubank.
Yeah. So like if we qualify, the team are gonna be strong. Like it,
Mhm.
oh my yo, just thinking about it, like this is the problem with Jamaican football. It has so much potential, so much, but because of external factors or sometimes internal factors, it always goes left.
Mhm.
Always.
Lovely should get cap. KY. You're talking about the senior team, KY? Hmm. It's not a bad idea to be fair. But I'm not worried about Lovelace. Eubank, Kimani Ryan from Arsenal. Not worried about them at all. the Cuba Mitchells and the O'Shea Ellis and the Lewis Darlingtons. Under 20 looking set for 2025. That will be Jamaica's best ever chance to qualify for an under 20 World Cup with the talent at disposal.
Trust me.
Just like 2026 is a golden opportunity, it's the same for the U20s.
Sorry, man. You know, that to be frank, and but me and Chris, but me I try to be frank right now.
Mhm.
You know, say for the senior program, you know, say every year is a golden opportunity to go to the World Cup.
2018 was tough, but we get your point.
Every year, every time we say this, like as we said, something always go left. Like me not have no more heartbreak left in me. Me have one left, and me no want make it go on Jamaica football.
Mhm.
So, man,
Yes, bossy. But I know Sunday, 5 o'clock, you'll be in front of your TV. And afterward, after the game, we're gonna have a conversation and I'm gonna say, yo, it's ball a shot, it's ball of the future. I tell you from now, watch out for number 10. Number 10, number 10.
good at Bell.
Yep, Jamani Bell.
Me not see none of the game them, you know. And as I always say, me frankly not interested for overly kill up myself. I say, yo, wait, because I'm not familiar with none of these players because I not watch schoolboy football. So me I go see them at a higher competition level than the schoolboy football are playing few friendly games. So me I go take it in and see who good and who not good and who should have stay them here than whatever the case may be. We shall see. Sunday I gonna be the proof. And all the money we are ball say decide no good and rate. Just stop lip and wait till Sunday to see what time it is. That's my advice to them.
Mm. Of course, yep. Of lace. All in due time. All in due time. Chris, see what Sir Devon say? Mm,
Jamaica does not know when they have all
all in due time, man. All in due time. Yeah, well, that's a baller, you know. That's a baller. I think he is even ready for Europe or Marshall skill. That's how I feel. But yeah.
before I forget, as my dad tried to make a point earlier about the league, Simon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So may I said to Fresh the other day, say, yo, bro, may I do some research and I said, dog, right now we need we have a limited we have a striker problem in the country, and it not it, down to the blind could I see, you know, we have a really have a clinical striker shortage,
Mm-hmm.
one and few we have right now. So Mr. Team say, yo, right, what we need to do, or maybe go to Cuba, get poach some of them top strikers, or some maybe the case
Mm-hmm.
because that them always have good forwards over there. Cuba and the DR, them always have good strikers. So doing that and doing all of that, we start do some research in terms of buying out a contract over there or paying wages in our currency, convert it back to them currency, and man could be a millionaire in 6 months time. So now I say our main problem is in CDM. No man be Douglas. I mean in terms of I want. When I really want me to talk about Tony again.
Nope. We'll leave that for another day. Chris, big
No,
up yourself, man.
yeah,
Get the rest. We're gonna need it for the weekend.
trust me.
On the week ahead.
It's gonna be a long week.
Especially for the girls' games, 3 a.m. and midnight.
Oh no, me I got my bed. Me watch it on the replay.
We have to wake up early for.
Them tell them me I come in. Me I forgot my bed.
All right. Cool,
Tony can stay where he's at. Alright, B Douglas, I agree. You can go on a St. Vincent. St. Vincent have whole heap of space. Right now the side full. Right, we can pick, choose, or refuse all of our. I don't want to pick him. We refuse him.
Yeah, man, can play Winwood Islands Cup for them.
Go and be a national hero there. We have enough national hero at Jamaica. Side full.
Boy, I tell you. Well said. Let's see what the future holds. Yes, Chris, big up. Keep the link.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Man. Enough respect, man. Cool, bossy. Take care. Devon Porter. That was Chris, guys. Big up B. Douglas, Devon Porter, KY in the chat. Heard as well. You know, come on, done. When you remember. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. All right, guys? Cool. Take care. More to come.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.